We're going to talk about building muscle because, as our buddy, our sister doctor, Gabrielle Lyon, talks about, muscle as the organ of longevity. And the more I see it in practice, the effects of muscle loss, the more I really become passionate about teaching people how to build muscle. Muscle in and of itself is an endocrine organ. It excretes inflammatory compounds, and loss of muscle makes you more insulin resistant, more fatigued, obviously weaker, and gives you just, quite frankly, a flat ass. And who wants a flat ass? We all want like a nice bubble butt, okay? And so, and we want to stay lean and physically fit and lower our risk for blood sugar imbalances or type 2 diabetes or any of that. And, you know, if you are metabolically fit and have a good amount of lean muscle, it will change the way you age, and it will make your menopausal transition easier, your sleep better, your libido better, and just makes you feel better about yourself. Shopping is easier. I mean, life is easier when you're lean. So you want to make sure you do that. So let's talk about just a couple of really simple foundational tools. By now, you know, I'm a fan of protein. Again, 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. So for the average person, the average woman, you know, it works out to around 1 pound a day. I calculate out for individuals, and it really ends up being 16 to 19 ounces a day for most people. Even if you're extraordinarily obese, which may not be the people in this group, but if you are, or you know someone who is, you may say, well, they're not going to eat, you know, 200 grams of protein a day. Maybe not, but there was a great study done on Navy SEALs who were very active and, you know, actively training, and only had about 120 grams of protein a day. And the average woman needs, you know, 120 to 140, right? So these Navy SEALs had 100 grams and were still able to maintain lean muscle mass. So a big challenge for my ladies is to get enough protein, right? Imagine a world where you're not eating enough. What a gift. What a high-class problem to have. But nevertheless, if you're trying to change your physique, it is a very real challenge. So the minimum threshold I have people get is a baseline of 100 grams, but that's going to be for muscle maintenance. If you want to build, you really need to get in the habit of having protein at the ready. So like buying a whole roasted chicken, or, you know, even if you're not a big cook, you can buy just a pack of chicken breasts. You put some taco seasoning on them, which is, you know, just a lot of nice spices, and maybe some fresh lime juice, or you marinate them in lemon juice and olive oil, and then you just bake them for 20, 25 minutes. And you just have them at the ready. You can cook up, you know, ground meat. You can buy burger patties pre-made. You can buy eggs that are pre-cooked. You can buy cans of tuna and salmon. So have things that are simple but at the ready, not complicated. You know, I've even resorted to Whole Foods has organic deli meats. So like, don't let perfect be the enemy of done. And jerky is another great resource too. So make sure that you're just getting it in, and don't worry if it's perfect or it's all organic every single time. That's okay. You will still benefit from the protein in meat if it's organic or not. So you want to make sure that you're A, getting lean muscle. B, you want to watch big metabolic modulators like stress and sleep. And I'm sure you've all heard this from Roxy a gazillion times. But even having a couple nights of bad sleep can really change your blood sugar balance in your body. It can change your adrenal function, and you don't produce growth hormone if you're not getting good sleep. Growth hormone is very reparative. It lowers your insulin levels when you sleep, and it helps you build lean muscle. You also want to think about the timing of when you sleep. The ideal time for repair and adrenal support is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Now, I know my girl Roxy here goes to bed at like super early hours, which is just incredible, but she's also up at like 4 in the morning. I also know, you know, some my successful mentors went to bed at 8, woke up at 4. For most of you reality, Barbie's bed is going to be like probably between 10 and 11. and you're going to be up by 6 or 7. If your sleep quality is good, you should be waking up fairly rested. If it isn't, you want to have stable blood sugar during the day. B, maybe take some calming nutrients or herbs at night, like magnesium, some lemon balm or passion flower, which really quiets the monkey mind. Or do some simple deep breathing. I love the Insight Timer app for guided meditations. It's wonderful. So maybe you need a Epsom bath at night. It's really so much of building muscle is not about lifting weights. It's honestly all the lifestyle pieces you do. Now, lifting weights is also obviously an important piece of the equation. You do need to create tension against your muscle. So if you're not lifting weights yet, you could start with your body weight. Just holding a squat is amazing for long periods of time. My son is he's a nationally ranked short track speed skater, and only during summer dryland does his coach have them drag a sled with weights. But for the rest of the time, it's all walking upstairs, doing low walks and lunges and squats, and really just holding positions for long periods of time. So find what works for you, find what's sustainable, and get a lot of walking in, which will also lower your stress hormones. And that's the advice that I've got today for building muscle. So it's really lifestyle-based muscle building. To just recap: good quality protein, rest, stress management, good quality sleep, a reasonable bedtime. In our next video, we're going to talk about building pleasure into your diet and establishing sustainability.